Radiant team ban.
Virtus.pro's turn to ban.
Seconds remaining.
Virtus.pro's turn to ban. Virtus.pro's turn to ban. Virtus.pro's turn to pick.
Naga Siren.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Virtus.pro's turn to pick.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Virtus.pro's turn to back.
Radiant team ban.
Virtus.pro's turn to ban.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Virtus.pro's turn to pick.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Quick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Virtus.pro's turn to pick.
Beastmaster.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
A world devourer.
Seconds remaining.
Virtus.pro's turn to ban.
The sack.
Seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Virtus.pro's turn to pick.
Terrorblade.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
That's a bit of all. Succumb. You again? Succumb.
That went swimmingly.
Prepare for battle.
And so you die. succumb. This. Who's out?
30 seconds to battle.
I'm excited for a Pudge. I mean, they were just talking about it. I am super excited for a Pudge. Hey, not now. Not later.
First pick Pudge, though?
Yeah, I'm excited for the... I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm just excited to see it. I mean, and I think a lot of people out there as well, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially a CIS Pudge, you know, obviously Dendy the favorite, but, I mean, they just run around, right? They get shit done, and that's the biggest thing. The only worry I have is I think OD received one of the biggest nerfs in this patch, and that the fact that if you Arcane Orb and miss, you lose mana now. And a lot of these, before then, if you like attacked uphill and missed, you didn't lose mana. Arcane Orb is a ton of mana, like insane amounts. And the fact that if you miss now, you lose the damage and you lose your mana, I don't know. OD feels really nerfed to me.
Well, that, and he's in it, apparently, according to the panel especially, I don't know if you agree 100% with them, but they say that Visage should do really well here against COD already, so.
Visage is good. I mean, we might not even see Orb. We've been seeing so much OD getting the Orb, but now with that nerf to it, you might just see like a 1-4-4 kind of build, the old OD build, but man, look at this. They're just going right into it.
They're cutting down trees, but there's that Pudge. The Rot activated, and now King Arde realizing, well, maybe I went a little bit too far. The lift into this, however, they're not going to chase because they're taking plenty of return damage from the creeps and Tavo as well themselves, so they have to respect that.
That's actually funny. The Pudge nerf right there, you could already see it's only at 11% slow at level 1. I mean, that's garbage.
I was going to say it. Well, so I was going to bring that up, though, because he did get nerf/buffed. It was one of those cases, because, yes, that was nerf, but his base damage was increased by 7, I think it was. We were just looking at it. So, yeah, but you overall consider that a nerf, it sounds like.
I consider it now. I think Pudge, like, wants to move around, especially in, like, say, a 2v2. I mean, they're in a 3v2 lane, and they can't really do much right there, right? Like, if Ra was slower, both other heroes would get another auto attack, but no. I'm interested in what Duster, man. I think that should be a verb. I mean, me and my other friends who we watched a lot of their games, I love getting dusty with it. Like he's been really fun to watch. And at first, I thought he was like a little bit, but it's been almost 6 months since they've been using him, and even longer. And he just looks better and better every single week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have not watched the most South American Dota, and you know I definitely rely on you to bring that insight like you're doing right there. And you were hyping up Duster before the game. I'll say that's not even a reaction, but King RD once again being ran down, like you said though. That nerf coming into play. Roger gonna walk off himself. Again, he still has a hook even. Finds a play for it.
You just see the axe stacks from Beastmaster just stab. You even just get 2 of them at level 1. That is a lot of damage. And well, I don't know if you agree, but do you think Virtus.pro got outdrafted that hard? Because it sounded like all 3 of the real analysts, like not me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but but they think Pain Gaming really outdrafted them, and I just like Abba and Pudge. You just run at people. That's what you do with that.
Well, I'll say this. So the biggest point I think they were making again was the OD versus Vicious, how that's a bad matchup. As we do have a first blood. Pasha going down to the bottom lane. It looks like Metamorphosis was activated in Duster, able to lock him down initially with the split Earthbound guys. And back to the top lane. Looks like there's some action up there. Visage also taking damage in middle lane, but no, never mind. Just trading some auto attacks is what it comes down to. But yeah, Visage seemed like he was diving the OD right there, so it takes a little bit of damage. He's actually going to TP back to the middle tower. In the meantime, top lane, the hook does land. Great angle for Roger. Roger getting low himself. Those wild axes coming out. However, the waveform forward, and Ramses will finish the job on to the Beastmaster.
Dodge the axes. Pudge actually would have died there if he got hit by him, but a nice dodge and a perfect hook. He just set that up, and well, TP right back in. That's only 150 gold kill, right? Like, Tavo does go down, but it's 149 gold, and the creep wave hadn't pushed into his tower yet, so still not the biggest death.
Yeah. Going back to my point, though, is the idea that they still have a Morphling. We were talking about that with the final pick. You know, I brought up the idea. I was like, do they just go Morphling here? Because it is great against the Terran, and he had a great game.
And Beastmaster, yeah.
And Beastmaster for that example. So they still go it. So I do think Virtus.pro's lineup is I don't know if you could say stronger, but it's obviously vastly different, but still kind of a similar idea, right? Where it's about the Morphling's going to carry, and now they built a different team around it. Much more active earlier play, perhaps, especially with the Pudge roaming around with the Rubik here early. So we'll see coming out from them.
Yeah, and then one thing we did talk about how well the Dazzle played last game, and that was that's the only hero they changed this game, and it is kind of weird. You go from a very defensive support in Dazzle to you have a Leshrac now, a very kind of weak hero in lane, but they get a first blood bottom, so not that weak, I guess.
Yeah. But we do have a little bit of downtime here, guys. Real quick, we want to remind you guys, if you go to epiclive.gg/RU, they're actually having some streams on there where you can watch live from the gaming rooms themselves. So it's pretty cool perspective. You can check that out, epiclive.gg/RU. Bottom lane, though, Pasha, he'll back off and he'll be fine. But obviously, we saw him die earlier. Didn't catch it on camera, unfortunately, but the fact that he did die, he has to be careful down there, apparently.
Listen, man, I would suggest checking out the VP room, because I gotta watch them. Wait, you were at WESG Europe watching like Solo and them to play. Ooh, that hook middle. Sorry, he should get out, but
that's slow. It's just not nearly enough. And Grave Chill, to be fair, is pretty strong too. But bottom lane, Abaddon's in trouble. Remember, he's not level 6 yet, so of course no borrowed time. And Photic Shield will tank him up a little bit. HFN doesn't have the Metamorphosis for 7 more seconds. Will that matter though? Maybe not. He's going to split up. Great job with the ensnare. And they'll loot. Oh, they actually caught it, King RD. But Roger not going to make anything of that as far as the response goes.
So kind of a 1-for-1. Tavo goes down as well top, and Tavo, he's dying a lot more than he did last game already, which isn't a good sign, but the Morphling is in the safe lane this game as well. So we didn't change many heroes, but the lanes have changed much more, right? Because we saw Pasha start off in the off lane like by himself, or pardon me, Ramsey start off in the off lane by himself. And this game, guess what? I'm safe lane, I'm going to do my thing.
So middle lane matchup though, very interesting here. 26-13 OD versus a 16-3 Visage. So OD is actually dominating. I think it's safe to say that middle matchup. So maybe again that matchup not as one-sided as perhaps, but like I go back to, it is no one playing it. So you kind of think maybe that's a little bit of a factor, I guess.
Oh yeah, I consider him the best player in the world. Not even one. I just think he is.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Sumail. But yeah,
remember you EG.
Yeah, but still, I mean, we saw him. He had what, 4 CS when I believe last game no one had like 21.
Yeah.
And already, I mean, he's already doing better though. And, I mean, Visage is a hero that farm is good on. I mean, every hero likes farm, but especially Visage, he doesn't need that much. He just wants levels. Like, you get those early points in your defensive and the Grave Chill, and you can just slow someone forever, easy kills, you never die. When you saw the end of last game, Visage, it didn't look like he took damage.
And the Ags was clearly such a good pickup, but hold that thought, because Morphling, he's going toe-to-toe with Tavo. He's confident, shifted into that strength. He waveforms in, gets the kill for the killing spree, and now he's just backing off. The more you can do about that. Tavo, that's his 3rd death. Both offlaners for both sides are actually having a struggle, apparently.
I mean, that's just a poor play there by Tavo. I mean, you can't just man fight into a Morphling who can just, guess what? I can just morph strength. He's not stunned, he's only netted.
Roger, bottom lane, speaking of that net, the ensnare coming out, that's a kill. Pudge, can he deny himself? Oh, I hate when that happens, man. He doesn't deny himself. He does indeed go down to Pain Gaming as a team. It's obviously good play right there with the port in from King RD.
This is looking an awful lot like last game, though. You see VP does already have an early 1K plus gold lead, but guess who's on top of the CS charts?
His name is Terrorblade. It is. Does he go the drums S&Y again here, you think? Is there a reason why he wouldn't?
I think drums is good. You move around the map, you farm quicker, and it gives you a little bit of HP. I think it's a smart build again.
Okay. See if he goes for that actually or not, but bottom lane again, Roger, level 3 only, not much you can do right here. TPs are coming in, Pasha. Photic Shield currently on himself, they do kill Roger, but that TP, Morphling already here, Rubik joining as well. So Virtus.pro wants to definitely capitalize. Maybe King RD gonna have to suicide himself. It looks like that is gonna be the play. It plays a distraction, and they will kill him, but he buys time for obviously his teammates to get out, including that Terrorblade.
And I think it was smart by VP because they committed a lot of heroes to bottom right to get that kill, but they wanted to lane swap anyway, so at least you got a kill out of it. Because up top, there goes Pasha, and he's going to want to do that. But now Weeha with the birds, there's almost no kill potential on middle already. Like, if you go on Weeha, he can just stop the Pudge by getting the birds, Rubik as well. It's going to be very tough.
Well, so I was mentioning that earlier with the Axe pickup especially. He did a great job. And there was that one fight at Roshan that was insane by him, where he locked him down, then he summoned new familiars, and then he locked him down again. I mean, it's just the idea, that especially with that extra familiar, of course, how much stun you really do have. And it's not the easiest to execute, but of course, Weeha, he's right on top of it.
Yes. And it's more, Cap said it actually. And not only did he just get those 6 stuns off, he attacked during the whole time. King RD, oh, the creep. Oh, but solo blast him. Yep.
All right.
There you go.
I guess that's, I mean, he didn't give it up to Morphling, so there's that. That's a play.
I still haven't seen him hook a rune or bounty. He's not going to hook the double damage rune, obviously, but I still haven't seen him steal any bounty runes yet. I think that's, a lot of people thought that would be like a complete game changer for Pudge.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we can just steal bounty runes, but that costs a lot of mana. And if you don't have an early bottle, you can't afford that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Afford to use the mana, pardon me.
He's wrapping around in that middle lane, it looks like. They want to kill. You mentioned Weeha's a very difficult kill, though. He's already level 7, and They can't even get there. Obviously spotted of sorts. Not the sneakiest gank coming out, and instead they'll head maybe to the top lane, but they've also seen, well, Terrorblade, he is still up here with that no Metamorphosis just yet, 1 more second. Well, currently doesn't have mana for it. I guess he could switch those power treads and pick up the mana if necessary.
You know what I was looking at? I keep thinking, I'm like, why are these people queuing up Dagon? Now that we have a wand recipe, it looks a lot like Dagon. I keep saying, like, why the hell? Well, Duster, you're dead.
Roger, he's hitting mostly every hook, if not every single one. It feels like they've caught a camera, at least Roger. Now he's going for another kill. HFN walking away, doesn't have center just yet. Primal Roar going to be used on Rubik to make sure less crowd control comes out. In return, though, King RD netting up the OD. There's Roger with the defensive hook, as well as the Aphotic Shield. So they have a lot of defensive abilities, don't they? On Virtus.pro side, you have Abaddon, you have the Pudge hooks, you have, of course, you know, the put under from OD, as far as his W there. So, oh, Roger though, it's still going to be too much damage. Weehawk porting in, and now with those familiars.
I like
run him down.
I like this from VP. Like, you're fine giving away a Pudge kill. Ramses is almost taking a tier 2 bomb. He's doing a ton of damage to it, and they're not even going to take a tier 1 with Metamorphosis. This is completely okay if you're VP.
Solo looking to cut them off, but yeah, going to that Astral Imprisonment from OD, obviously again another defensive tool to take advantage of. But Pain Gaming not going to force the issue, so you're stating this earlier. To reiterate, again, very similar to the last game. It's a 2,000 net worth lead right now for Virtus.pro. Ramsey's having a great time. No one's, you know, doing pretty well himself, but Terrorblade is also having that very good time, and he's not going the drums, it looks like, by the way.
I know that's honestly, I'm curious one. I'd probably have to ask him, but it just seems like a very good ability. It helps you move around, but maybe they know because their tower's getting taken a lot quicker this game. I mean, they just took a lot of damage from that tier 2, and I mean, now he's just going to sit back and farm up just like last game.
Weehawk back in the middle, has that Centaur now. What was that?
He hooked the siege unit. It just didn't show you. He got the plus 74, I think. Maybe that was... I actually don't know. That was weird.
Oh, they're running after HFN. Solo's here with an invis. HFN's like, why isn't Abba just running at me?
And no Sunder. He didn't even save a point. He's just 1-3-3.
Okay. Yeah, doesn't have the point for it, as you mentioned there, but looks like he's playing defensive enough, or is he? Going back to it, they lift him up. TP's coming immediately, though, and obviously Virtus.pro isn't 100% that he doesn't have center either,
exactly.
So...
We can see that. They do not, and you have to expect him to at least save a point for it. And the fact that he hasn't, well, they don't know.
It would be a little risky to have him right there. Abaddon's always a fun hero to potentially talk about as far as items. You know, the idea that you were mentioning even last game, that Radiance is a great item against Terrorblade. It wasn't enough in the end, of course, for Virtus.pro, but is Radiance a potential here for Abba? Does he need more utility support, you think?
I think he might have to be more utility. I think it would be a very good item on him, but is he going to be able to farm it? He had a rough bottom lane. Like, it was just like, Pasha had more farm on that lifesteal in the off lane than he does on this Abba.
All right, now he's 3,200, so doing better than Beastmaster at this point, at least. Is that going for him? But we working on a medallion, of course, with the helm of the Dominator. Basilius, he's just going to farm up Ancients in the meantime.
Yeah, it really does look a lot like last game, but I think VP, they had a lot of deaths that they just didn't need to have in those early diebacks as well. I heard the panel kind of talking about it like, this is a complete outdraft, but really, I think VP more so. I mean, obviously, Pain played really well, but VP had a lot of stuff they did that they just shouldn't have done, and they could have won the game. And I think if they just play a lot safer this game, that 3K lead get a turn to 5K, and it's not going to go to like 1K this time. They just have to play a lot safer.
It's sure, but you know, there are going to be those plays potentially. Again, with the Sunder specifically, it's one of those abilities. Yet another reason why Terrorblade is so good, that if you get caught with that poor Sunder, there was a Viper last game in that one bad spot earlier on, I remember, that seeing that's where the tides turned for Pain Gaming in their favor. So it could happen, but yeah, Virtus.pro, you like to think, you know, learning their lessons in a lot of ways. As they push the tier 1 tower with that Metamorphosis, you see right now Virtus.pro lacking the vision of what they're doing next, but as we see, Pain is going to wrap around elsewhere. Obviously, Roshan's up, but a little early for doing that, so.
Yeah, next Metamorphosis definitely could be taken, especially they'll have a medallion up on the Visage, and you have those birds, Helmet Dominator, but oh, Sunder?
They got him. Naga, though. All right, comes in with the ultimate to save, and that's going to be a free TP for both of them.
King RD, he's just been that's one of those skills, especially in like a pub game. Like, you're gonna get yelled at no matter what. If you somehow save 3 of your teammates and let one die, you're gonna get yelled at. But King RD, he has not lost anyone with these sleeves. He has played so well.
He is on point, no doubt. And I know a lot of people would just sit there like, oh, all he's doing is pressing R. I mean, it's a lot more than that, frankly. But you know, positioning the biggest key. Roger gonna be missing that hook right there on the uphill. However, Ramses is like, I got your back. Don't worry, commits for it. There's a stolen sleep from Rubik. Will they get a turn kill out of this now? They catch Visage initially. Obviously, he's a tough kill. Goes without saying. Pudge to the front lines with that rod activated, but now Duster ports in. Brandon's already get on the one kill onto Visage himself. Tavo trying to juke on out. Promer War going to be used defensively, but they lose Leshrac. And HFN, of course, doesn't have that Metamorphosis either as he comes in late, so they do find the pick on the Leshrac. Great hook to finish the job. And that's 3 kills in favor of Virtus.pro.
And he stole Roar. He stays from Song to Roar. That's just going to be free kills. And Duster bought back there, by the way, before he TP'd in. He's bought back TP'd. Yeah, this is just VP playing a lot better than last game. They're just making no mistakes, really.
Well, the ensnare hits Rubik, but Roger again on point with the defensive hook. Pulls Rubik away, and he's going to be fine. But yeah, that's a couple of huge steals by Rubik early on. The sleep into the Promer Roar catches Visage, but a little too deep, so not going to go for that one. However, Roger, no one can hook him, unfortunately. Well, Forestaff is pretty good. This is that defensive ability list that I was talking about earlier. There's a Euphonic Shield. They're actually going to save Roger? No, he finally goes down, but now the fight breaking out more. Ramses finds a kill on Leshrac. That's another death on him for 25 more seconds. He ain't coming back for it. Terribly pops the reflection, just simply going to run at this point. Weehaw. He cannot afford another death right now. Looks like he might be fine, maybe not. Ramses wait for him in. Nice counter stun set with the familiars. Now to Ramses overextend. Euphonic Shield. Morphing into that Terror Blade. Pops his own reflection. And is going to run. Playing it safe. So yeah, these are tough kills for Pain Gaming to make.
This is just, it feels weird to me how the panel is timed out, because you lose Dazzle on one team and you gain Ab on the other. Like the team fight control in this, especially with Rubik now picked up for VP, it feels like the team fight control is so much better for VP this game.
It does.
Like just losing that, yeah, Dazzle for a Leshrac. I mean, that's especially with how they were playing it, where hey, just get the grave off on the Sunder Boy and then we're gonna be good. But they can't do that anymore.
Let's be honest, that was, again, a big reason that we stressed at the very end. So I'm with you there. That's where the draft, as similar as it is, it's very different in a lot of ways. Because, yeah, you don't have that Shallow Grave tool, which seemed to be so useful many times in the previous game. So top lane, Visage working on a Solar Crest. So no Ag's going to be coming yet. Perhaps after the Solar Crest. I think that's what he did last game at least. OD finishing a Blink Decker, by the way.
Both teams, once again, right? Terrorblade versus Morph, bases and buildings are going to fall super quick. Visage as well. It's just who wants to defend and win is really key. And I think VP has a lot lower cooldowns besides the OD ulti, so they can always fight. Meanwhile, on Pain, if you don't have Sleep up or Metamorphosis up, you don't want to fight.
OD, he's coming up with that new Blink. I mean, it's just him and Abba for now, so I think a big play is going to be coming. Well, look at Roger and Solo. They're trying to find a gank themselves. Promer Roar is still on Rubik for a little bit longer. He wants to make use of it before he loses it.
Movement speed meta going down or what? Terrorblade actually just took 10% evasion over the 20 move speed talent, which you would never see last patch.
Interesting.
Or maybe it's just him doing it because he could.
Speaking of movement, by the way, that was a scan from Virtus.pro. They pretty much knew exactly what Pain Gaming was doing as far as that smoke play goes, and so it's not going to result really in anything. But I swear, Ramses is making this look so easy on this hero. Yeah, I've seen so many Morphlings that cannot play at the level that he's playing at, it seems like. And really both of these games, obviously, in the losing after last game. But Pasha, here's put under. Again, he has borrowed time as well. Euphonic Shield to come out, so he can't overcommit to this. The blink away from the OD. The hook is going to miss. Looks like attempted on a Weehaw there. King RD, the sleep. Really setting up on Morphlings in the front lines. Not the easiest target, though. HFN goes right for him. Still a reflection, though, coming out from Rubik. Meanwhile, off to the side, Roger, he may end up dying as the Promer Roar hits on OD, but the shield comes out, so it's going to keep him alive. Roger did fall. HFN, though, he's in no man's land, it feels like. Doesn't have mana right now because the Sandy's Eclipse comes out. They get the pick onto Tavo, and they also catch Duster, and they want more. They want HFN. They want the raid boss that is. Weehaw, also a bit of a raid boss himself. Feels like don't have to stun with those familiars. Mentioned great plays the last game as well, but the waveform forward, Ramsey still wants something out of this. I don't think they're going to get it, though. A little too far. Maybe they will. Yeah, blink in from no one. They want to catch more. Azul Imprisonment still ready to be had. They catch Terrorblade. And now they're going to set up a round, and Weehaw not much mana to work with. The hook, easy kill. Onto Terrorblade. Great chase from Virtus.pro there.
It's just, I think the Zappa is really just the turning point. Like we saw Roger did buy back there, but I mean, it secures him a couple more kills. But this Zappa just, they try to go on him. He gets astraled. Then he has another shield when he comes out. He still has that borrowed time, and no one's just stacking up intelligence. Like, he's in no fear right now because Pasha's playing so well. And this is a Roche. This is about as free of a Roche as you can get.
You give it to OD or Morphling, you think?
I think you still give it to Morphling. He is the one split push. I could be completely wrong, but it feels like he's the one like doing stuff by himself, and you want him like if he does go down, the rest of your 4 just come and help him out.
Going back to the point about Ramsey's play, I mean, he has to be close to that Ethereal Blade already. We're not even 20 minutes into the game. As, yeah, 27-70 gold saved up, so just needs the Eagle Song, and then he is good to go.
I just realized they have 2 ways to steal abilities. Well, sorry. You're going down, Lash. I am sorry, my friend, but they have the Morphling stealing abilities as well as the Rubik, and you saw they have 2 reflections.
They actually have 2 reflections,
and that's insane. If they and they do stack, because it's not like a debuff, it's just illusions hitting you.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have 2 of your own illusions hitting you if he keeps it.
We need a Darkseer in this game too, man. That'd be Shadow Demon Dark, and you could just ruin the game. Obviously, a great couple of finds there as we're talking about illusions. Pasha, he wants more. Roger's coming over, more from Virtus.pro as well, heading over, including no one. Get the initial Astral Imprisonment, the hook right on out of it. Perfect timing. It's like they practiced that before. And they get the easy kill on Weeha's, usually a tough kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, solo kill for Ramses as he takes out Beastmaster. All right, Grant, I think it's safe to say this game is a bit different right now.
Yep. I love the whole the ABBA Pudge opening. Oh, there we're gonna see the hook. Oh my God, this guy's pretty good.
You first pick a Pudge, you better be landing hooks. I'll say it that way. Roger, they do successfully get the kill as a result of that start, and the well play's already coming up for Virtus.pro. They are happy. They're having a good time.
Look at this.
As they should be. And Rams is like, yeah, guys, I'm taking care of the bottom lane. Don't worry.
I mean, there's no buyback on this Terrorblade. He might just be able to take. He's going melee.
He's going Rax, yeah.
I might go range Rax because they might still defend, but maybe not.
That kill the illusions quickly. What is a Naga Siren support in a? Well, I guess I could do this.
But what do they have? They have to use the birds, and I believe they're on cooldown.
Oh, they are.
Have nothing. He's just going to kill it.
Yeah, no familiars, and Roger's here just in case. So is OD now. In fact, maybe that wasn't the best play, because now it just allows them to respawn in Virtus.pro, and they get 2 kills out of it. The Sanity to the Cliffs comes out. They're going for Tavo as well. He, too, is going to fall. Whoa, he popped this.
I mean, this is just...
Wait a second. Did I just see that right?
Yeah, I believe you did. This is just... Oh, my goodness. So
okay.
This is a massacre.
This is VP laughing at Pain Gaming right now. I mean, they lost the first game. You know what? It's fine to have fun, but that seemed a little silly right there. Anyways, they hook in Terrorplay. That's another kill. No buyback to be had. This could be a very quick victory for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised they haven't called it already, because this is, I mean, you're just not, there's absolutely no way to come back. Yeah. I mean, your Terrorblade doesn't have enough farm to farm up these super, he just doesn't. You have no base defense, and Roger just styled on you.
Yeah.
This is why you made that Lil for Roger trade, because maybe Lil Pudge is good, but Roger, I think we saw maybe 2 hooks that missed.
Yeah.
One